From out of the sky, air ride machines rained down like shooting stars. They were found in all shapes and sizes, but with no ability to move on their own. However, if someone touched them and shared their will, the engines sprang to life, and they were able to move with incredible speed. These individuals were called riders. Soon, vehicle and rider pairs were a common sight, partnering up for everyday travel, as well as thrilling races. One day, some riders noticed their vehicles were acting strange. They were looking somewhere far away. If you wish to go there, let's go. But what awaits these riders and machines at the end of their journey toward the unknown? Zora, a living machine. Possessing its own will, but unable to move on its own. Long ago, it drifted through the universe, until falling upon a remote region of the planet Popstar. Zora crash-landed within a barren, isolated region of Popstar. Unable to move itself, Zora could only surrender to the passage of time. No visitors, no contact at all. It remained trapped in place for what felt like an eternity. Zora became a part of the land itself, yet it remained conscious. Throughout an eternity of immobility, Zora wished for only one thing: to be free and to roam wherever it pleased. Eventually, Zora's wish reached the distant Fountain of Dreams. The fountain presides over dreams of all kinds. And through this power, Zora's wish flowed much farther. That's how the wish reached Galactic Nova, a satellite that orbited Popstar. Much like Zora, Nova was alive. Deep within Galactic Nova, manufacturing was underway. Embodying Zora's wish for freedom and movement, advanced technology created mobile machines. They were made in all shapes and sizes. Once complete, Nova released these countless vehicles. And they rained down upon Popstar like shooting stars. When the vehicles fell to Popstar, many crumbled to ruin at the moment of impact. But some survived and encountered potential riders. The vehicles could not activate themselves, but sprang to life once a rider shared their will. Once paired, vehicles and riders became close partners. Air ride machines eventually became a common sight and an indispensable part of their riders' lives. Galactic Nova's wish-granting work was not done. With the vehicles now complete, Nova turned to Zora, delivering worker drones and materials. The swarm of drones bored into Zora, ripping holes open and tearing it to pieces. The vehicles were built for Zora, and now Zora was rebuilt as a monstrous vehicle, Gigantus. Gigantus was a weapon capable of destroying all life on the planet. And in its core, Zora's will was trapped once again. Like the air ride machines, Gigantus was unable to move itself. An incredible amount of willpower was required to activate this dreadnought-sized vehicle. If enough of Nova's vehicles brought their strong-willed riders together, their wills would form a spark of ignition, and Gigantus would spring to life. Nova had a plan to make vehicles and riders gather before Gigantus on their own. Through a quiet transmission, Nova commanded its vehicles all over the world. Return to your true origin. Most vehicles and riders failed to notice Nova's command. But they were weak of will, and not the desired target. Only a handful of keen vehicles and riders could sense the command at all. Without apparent reason or purpose, each pair began a journey toward Gigantus. Instinctively, the vehicles were returning to their true point of origin, Zora. Doing so would activate Gigantus and destroy all of Popstar. Vehicles from all over rushed toward Zora, who awaited them at their journey's end. Just before Gigantus was fully constructed, a fragment of Zora's will broke free. Copying the form of a certain rider, Noir DDD took off. Zora's wish to roam freely had finally come true. But this was no time to celebrate its granted wish. If Gigantus were activated, the planet would perish. Noir DDD destroyed each vehicle that tried to return to Zora, struggling in secret to prevent disaster. It would not stop until its battle was won.